Hey, you guys. When people tell you about flat Earth, this is what they mean. This is actually what we're on. This used to be Iraq way back in the BC times. This is how cities used to be built. When in another video, I'll talk about cymatic. I talk about cymatic patterns, right? Squares and rectangles are prisms that trap energy. Circles generate energy, right? So you see where that little blue dot is? They usually would have some kind of bell right there. And you see those other gold little pieces that are connected to that blue? It would resonate right there. So they would have water that goes through inside, right? Water resonates with frequency, right? So imagine having a giant bell in the middle. You hit that thing, bing, it vibrates through the water throughout the whole city, through the canals, and it also hits that copper or the antennas and draws ether inside of the antennas. So that whole city is generating energy. If you notice your normal cities, let me show you something. Now, this is your typical city that you see today. Now, it looks similar, sort of, right? It's almost like a square in the middle, right? Squares trap energy. Hexagons, like beehives, generate energy, right? Same thing with that circle. Well, if you look at the city right here, it sort of looks like that canal, except instead of the canal, it looks like an electrical grid was built in order to, substitute the water. So if you look at all your cities around the world and around your different lakes and stuff like that, you might notice some patterns that might seem a little off. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm going to explain a little bit. Now, so you see this right here, right? Where it says tetrahedron, hexahedron, octahedron, dodecahedron, icosahedron, right? So these are basically the building blocks of your cells, as well as sacred geometry, as well as the foundation of everything in existence, right? So the hexahedron cube, you know how they used to say the black cube and, Saturn and everything like that. Notice the hexagon is a trapper of energy. The tetrahedron, aka a pyramid, is a energy gathering device. The pyramid is called pyramid means fire in the middle. So another thing that's pretty interesting about this is that these are also the same as your cathedrals. You ever notice these patterns in your cathedrals? Like the windows, they didn't have stained glass in them for hundreds and hundreds of years. They were open and they have these types of shapes inside of the stained glass. They generate energy as they're on ley lines at the churches and the cathedrals, right? You see these, right? They got rid of these because these generate energy. And if you had one of these at a church, right? Bing, bing, bing. What do you think would happen if you had a vibrational tool that could vibrate your cells inside of an energy gathering building with frankincense and myrrh? Now, you see the bells, right? They say that they melted them down in order to make bullets in World War One, right? And World War Two. But the truth is, these are actually detrimental to reptilians and other beings that can't handle high vibrational frequencies. That's why you see a lot of them cracked or broken. There's a place in Pennsylvania called Ringing Rock. All of those are remnants of these bells. This is called a Vesca. This is what you've been trapped in, basically. It's a thought prison. And they've been using that in order to trap your soul into your avatar, sort of, in a way. Now, let's get back to the cities. So, for instance, if you look at the Hoover Dam right here, looks like a Stargate, aka a portal, right? Right? It's on a cymatic pattern or a ley line, high energy, high vibrational, high magnetism point around not only the earth, but the universe. Everywhere. All of your horoscopes are on ley lines. Everything you see around you is on ley lines. Well, not everything, but most things are on ley lines in a way. But you see this, right? Most of these places were man-made in order for you not to know the true technology or things behind them. By these guys, some rando black suits around the world, the families and all that shit, you know, they've been doing that to you for a long time, for a long, long time type of deal. Anyway, for a long, long time type of deal. It's crazy, when you see sun simulators, that's crazy. But anyway, I just think certain things are crazy when you look at them. It's super crazy. Anyway, it's not like they remodeled the world map so you wouldn't realize what's going on. But anyway, it's not like we are actually, in a hologram, right? You never know. Stuff is so crazy when you actually pay attention and you really look at what you really seeing. But you know how this is underneath us and it's powering our whole existence. That's your power source. Anyway, it's not like things are happening, right? That's crazy. Anyway, it's not like you're gonna find out something real soon. But anyway, let's get back to the cities. So anyway, cities around the world used to be built like this. They're called star cities or cymatic cities, and they generate energy. They put bells. They used to have bells on them in order to generate energy. They got rid of bells. They got rid of a lot of stuff they didn't want you to know about. It's almost like you're hiding history, almost like burning books, sort of, But anyway, when you see when you hear people say flat Earth, this is really what they mean. Imagine, this with a dome over it. This like this with a dome. That's really what I'm trying to get to. But those other things I was talking about, they all tie into this too. All the things you've seen tie into each other, especially the ley lines and stuff like that. All your major cities that you are on right now or in right now, they're built somewhat like a square in this formation, but they're trying to trap your energy. That's why all your cities look like grits, and they send that energy to the moon. Anyway, so yeah, so this is what they mean by flat earth. I hope you enjoy the video. This is all made for entertainment, educational purposes. This is all satire. This is hilarious. Comedy. If you like this, follow, like, subscribe, share, and give this to your folks. Thank you.